Hello, my name is Marissa, and I am an alcoholic. I would like to talk about people, places, and things. It's broad enough. And let me start by saying that my favorite quote is, "Nothing changes if nothing changes." And for me to get sober, absolutely everything had to change. And I was just telling another lady how I do not adjust well to change. I just don't. I get very comfortable in the familiar. But alcohol became very uncomfortable very quickly. So I knew I had to change up some things. I clung to people. And these people I would always relapse with. These people weren't meant to be in my garden. So my God weaved out those people out my garden so I could grow. That became very awkward for me. And then as far as places, I haven't allowed myself to go anywhere for years. So when I got sober, I found safety in the AA meetings, but I somehow migrated to just online meetings. I didn't come to be around actual people. I think I had a fear of people and a fear of commuting and driving. I used to drive all over the place. I have not driven in years. And I think driving is free will because I can end up anywhere. And I think that scares me. And as far as things, those are just part of the things, people and places. And, even music has had to change for me. Everything had to change. What I watch on TV, what I listen to in my ears, who I talk to, who I hang around. And then now, I'm going to allow myself to drive very soon here because we're about to have a 2-car household. And I'm going to start driving. And thank goodness, after years of coming to the program, I know where to go. I know it's a safe place to go to the thrift store. You'll be fine, Marissa. I know it's a safe place to visit my grandmother, who I used to do everything with. And I know it's a safe place to go to where the friends of Bill are. I know I will be okay there. Those people are safe for me. I'm not going to relapse around those people. And I absolutely love that. I know where to go now. So I'm going to allow myself to go, get behind the wheel. And that's a free will thing that I've been so afraid of. Like, Marissa, every time you got behind the wheel, you ended up at a bar. Every time you got behind the wheel, you ended up at the liquor store. Every time you got behind the wheel, you were hanging with people you should not have been hanging out with. And, now I know where to go. I know where to go. And it's all because of these meetings. The meetings took away a lot of my fear. Like, I'm not afraid anymore of people anymore. I know that my people exist. I know my people weren't the people handing me my next drink, my next, shot, my next drug. They hand me literature, they hand me hope. A bunch of hope dealers is who I hang out with now. And I absolutely adore it. And things have changed. Things have changed miraculously. And something I can't stress enough in this program, I feel so special that God picked me. God reached his hand down and picked me, because what I did was I said, here's what my will is going to be. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to treat people like this. And God reached down with a big eraser and said, no, you're not. Erase, 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 erase. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to start caring about someone other than yourself. So God gave me a new life through life. He gave me a little person to grow and to care for. And I came to this AA meeting, pregnant. And everything was so new. My will was, don't have kids. God's will was, have a child. And that changed everything. That changed the people I hung out around. It changed the things I consumed. I put a lot of things down. And what I didn't know what I was going to pick up was going to be so, so fragile and eventually so heavy. But oh my gosh, the things I've picked up since I put down alcohol, motherhood, and it's not easy. I've picked up honest relationships. Now I'm honest, I'm faithful, and that's new to me too. I'm loyal, and I picked up more gratitude because I get to look at the old version of me from 3 years ago, and I love her so much, but I'm so happy I was able to let her go, and I always look at that version of myself, and I'm just like, oh, she was so hurt. She was so lost. She was so scared, and a lot of the pictures, I was just alone, my own little party of one. It was me, myself, and whatever drug was in the room, and now when I look at myself, the light, you see it in others when you go to the meetings, but when I looked at the old me and I look at today's me, I see the light in my eyes. I'm like, that's what everybody gets to see now. Like, it's not, they don't see, I can't find her. I can't find the old me. No matter where I can't find her. I have to be shown, I have to find those images of myself and be shown what it was like this was you, Marissa. And God does that for me. He does that for me. He says, Marissa, look, and it's not so much as morbidly looking back. It's just, it is behind me though. It's behind me. And thank goodness it was a part of me that was back there so that I could now be where God wanted me to be. The people he wanted me to be around, the rooms he wanted me to step foot in, and then the things that I got to pick up when I put down the drugs and the alcohol.